Once again, please let me apologize for the background noise. So let's talk about a couple of basic, really kind of basic ideas. Supposedly everybody knows these ideas, but for some reason, nobody knows these ideas for some reason. Well, it's because authority figures and hysteria can drive regular human beings to do things that are, well, just go back to the Salem witch trials and see what happened, to see what occurred in that situation. You take the authority of God in a burgeoning, fresh country, right? Those colonists, we are a distillation of that situation, of those people, and even the Magna Carta and some of the basic ideas that we got from Britain. But let me not get sidetracked here. Let's speak about the concept of innocent until proven guilty. The concept of innocent until proven guilty. Okay, well, there's not really much to say about that now, is there? You see, a lot of this stuff is more simple than people would realize, but they try to give it too much definition. There is no definition there. You're innocent until proven guilty. That doesn't mean conjecture. That doesn't mean even so-called evidence, or even if there's evidence that's apparent, but it hasn't been compiled with the whole situation. It's not a photograph. It is the whole picture. So innocent until proven guilty. If you haven't been proven guilty, then you're still innocent. Now let's go on to cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel and unusual punishment is something that you would consider after somebody's been found guilty. And that we don't do that here in America. That's why in America, you're innocent until proven guilty, because we are America. We are not America. We are not some weak, stupid nation that, unfortunately, currently, it seems like that's what's going on. We're Americans, man. We are Americans. And no matter what the situation is, you're innocent until proven guilty. And even if you're found guilty, there's another good American going by. That even if you're found guilty of some sort of crime, that there's the idea of cruel and unusual punishment will not be pressed upon anyone. Well, let me tell you something. You can't know from my words whether I'm innocent or guilty or not. But take my word, I am not guilty, that's for sure. And when I say not guilty, whatever these weird false narratives are, but sure, I'm an American, I've done a lot of bad things. I'm guilty of some things, and I'm more than happy to pay for those. But I will not stand for anything that was created or forced upon me. There you go. There you go. Another proud American over here in Portland, Oregon. It's just a bad joke. That's a dumbass American that wasted his $80,000 car to make it sound like that. That's part of the reason why we're a laughingstock to the world. But anyway, let's get back to what this country was built upon and what it's going to return to. Is that I have not been found guilty of anything at this point, and any sort of idea that I've been escaping or running from anything is ridiculous. I'm only trying to save my life and preserve evidence. During this time, I've been forced under cruel and unusual punishment. Whether it's the burglary of my house, the setting ablaze of my house, and the state that was standing behind the individuals doing these acts, and possibly federal entities, that I've been suffering cruel and unusual punishment for at least since 2015, but it's been before that. Conjecture and hearsay ain't shit. Gossip and exaggerations ain't shit. Go back to the Salem witch trial. That was not gossip and a conjecture. It was a mistake, a misunderstanding that their people had been poisoned. Their children had been poisoned. What they didn't realize, the adults, was that they were eating the same bread and that they were making decisions while being poisoned, basically on a rough form of LSD, right? Moldy rye is how you make LSD. So there will be no cruel and unusual punishment, or that you have the right to have innocence until you're proven guilty. But I can tell you that that isn't happening. There is something far beyond that. There is, and you can see this in the news. You can see it all around you, but you need to understand it's happening to the individual. Whether you have a job and a house, or whether you're homeless and living on the streets, the state and the government can and will and do disregard your innocence before guilt and will imply cruel and unusual punishment. Whether it's been the massive attacks that have occurred upon me, the setting of my rental house, my beloved landlord, I'm so sorry. But that's part of this is, I mean, I can't walk right now because I've been poisoned by people that have been influenced by these governmental agencies and religious organizations. And when I say that, I am a hefty, strong Christian. When I say it like that, that isn't, don't take that as some sort of extremist view. I just know that God is part of all of this, and that it is very, very shameful when you have church members that ridicule you for having been poisoned, that ridicule you. And when I say this, I don't tell them I'm poisoned. They let me know that I've been poisoned by repeating the acts that occurred. I mean, of course, I already knew I was poisoned. I couldn't walk. So let's be clear. These are two major tenets in our country that are being absolutely violated, and I have long documented proof, and I need help exposing this. I can be very clear with anyone who wants to ask me questions about these kind of issues and give you the answers that you need. And when I say that, I don't have to make anything up. I don't have to make a damn thing up. As a matter of fact, you don't have to listen to me at all. I can play you the documents that I have from the voices in their voice of the individuals that have that are working for the state, that have practiced whatever this idea that's going on with these state entities against a sovereign American citizen, all to prove some sort of a point. To prove what point? If you have the facts, then show me that I'm guilty and give me the punishment. But do not punish me on the streets of America. Do not punish me by setting my house upon fire. Do not punish me by burglarizing my business and making it impossible to live. And when I say that, it's not impossible. When you're focused, as I am, and you're going to show what it is that's happening here, well, then that's what's going to happen. But I certainly need a little bit of help here from other Americans that understand that our country is heading in a very bad direction. It's worse than East and West Germany at this time. When you consider technology being in the mix and the intrusion of our government, federal and state, in a manner that is, well, it's unbelievable. It's unconstitutional. You need to hear me here. Innocent until proven guilty. Cruel and unusual punishment. I can prove and show especially when you see me hobbling around. And when I say that, the hobbling, you don't have to believe any of that either. All you have to do is use me and my body to test me. I am the evidence. I am walking evidence. Even if I was dead, you could test my body and you will see that I've endured at least 7 years of different kinds of acts against me. And these are all acts to silence me. These are all acts to make me quiet. Why would I be quiet? I'm an American. Why would I be quiet? The only time I'm quiet is when I'm allowing these entities and individuals that are working for these entities to let them tell me everything that you need to know. Everything you need to know. The people. The Americans. These are criminals. They're acting extrajudicially, and they are acting in a way above or below, however you want to see it, all the way around the Constitution. Let me help you understand. Thank you. Thank you for listening.